guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Haoma_KE, and thank you for the love and support that you've shown me through my videos. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for commenting in my videos. If you're a new subscriber here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, and if you're a returning subscriber, please give this video a like, comment to the video, and also share the video. So in today's video, I'm just going to show you how I keep away snakes near my home. And I know it is very difficult to completely get rid of the snakes, because when you're in a farmhouse, it is very hard to keep the snakes away. But we always try to manage to keep the snakes away from the home. So first, I'm just going to look around and see if there are holes in the compound, because those holes, the snakes tend to hide in those holes, and most of the time the holes are dug by the termites. And in this compound we have so many termites. So first, let me put on my gumboots so that I can go now around the compound to see if there are holes around the compound, because it is very important to look around every day. So if you're living in a farmhouse, make sure you always try and look around if you find holes. And most of the time, the holes are always dug by the termites, and the snakes tend to hide in those holes. So make sure you try and look around, look for the holes. Like here, I found several holes that are here, and these holes have been dug by the termites, and they are very deep. So first, I'm just going to try and dig them up so that I can see the width of the holes. And so you make sure you look around, because in a farmhouse you can never miss to have termites. Like in my area, we have so many termites. I think the soil is conducive for them. So I always look around, and this area, I found out there were so many holes around here that had been dug by the termites. And so always be keen around your compound, and when you realize that you've been having so many rats or mice outside the compound or in your farm, and then suddenly they are no more, that's a sign that there are snakes also, because snakes feed on rats or the mice. And so also make sure that you always reduce food for the snakes around your compound, because when the snakes are able to get enough food, they'll be able to roam around your compound because there's enough food for them. So mice and rats also, you should always be careful and try to minimize rats around your compound. That is what I've tried to do. And also, if you're able to keep a cat, you'll be able to scare away the snakes and also the rats, because the cats, they feed on rats. So another important thing that you should do when you're in a farmhouse, always keep a cat. Like me, I fear cats, but I always try as much as possible to have one in the compound, because the cats will help you in so many ways. It will keep the rats away from your compound, and also the snakes. Anywhere there is a cat, probably the chances of having a snake will be minimal. So make sure that you even keep a cat when you're in a farmhouse, or when you're in a compound that you know that there might be snakes around, because we always know it is very hard to it is very difficult to completely get rid of the snakes, especially if you're in a farmhouse. You can see now, after I've dug, the holes are too big, and so this is alarming, because in this compound we are battling with a lot of termites. and it is a menace because they even eat my plants. So it becomes very difficult to even plant things like sweet potatoes because the termites will destroy them. And so I just have to pick some water from the well. And the purpose of having water when you're doing this process is because I'm going to mix the water and the pesticide. So the pesticide, you just pick any pesticide that is fit for you so that it can kill the termites. So I'm just going to pick this water, and then I've mixed with the pesticide, and then make sure you pour the mixture in each and every hole that you dug before, and take in consideration the deeper the hole, the more the mixture that will be poured in that hole. So the purpose of doing this is to be able to also kill the termites, and also if there's either a snake or something inside, it will be able to either come out. There was a day that when we were pouring the mixture, a snake came out. So that is why I feared anytime I get a hole, I try and get rid of that hole. So this is what I always do. I make sure I've poured the mixture in each and every hole, and after that I now take the oil and pour inside and also around each and every hole. So I know the smell of oil will scare away the snakes. That is the one thing that I realized. Anytime you pour oil around your compound, the snakes it scares the snakes away. So that is what I've realized, and that is the trick that I always do. Each and every time I find a hole, I make sure that I've put preservative inside, and then I put oil. And then after doing all that, make sure you now close up the holes. So this will, if there was something that was hiding inside, the smell of the oil and also the mixture of the pesticide will now be able to either kill them and suffocate them. So because if you're living in a farmhouse, most of the time you will always get a snake either on the farm, because it is very rare and hard to 100% get rid of the snakes when you're in a farmhouse, a big compound. But we always try to minimize the snakes around the house or around the home. So this is the main thing that I always do each and every single time, and it has really helped in minimizing the snakes around my compound. So make sure you do this occasionally. I always do this anytime I find holes around, and it has really helped me through my compound. And now the next thing that I do, I make sure that if anytime I have oil in my home, I make sure that I have poured around the house. So before I said that snakes hate the smell of the oil, so this will also prevent them from coming near the house. So make sure have poured around the house. So this is very important, and I always do this weekly. Now, there are so many snake plants, and I've tried many. The one snake plant that almost everyone knows, I tried it, and when somebody came to my home and said, "You see this snake plant, it attracts snakes." So I removed it from near the home, and I found these ones that it favors our environment. So this plant, I got it from somebody, and that person told me that it scares away the snakes. I know there are so many snake plants. We have the cactus, the normal snake plants that we plant as flowers, and the thyme. So there are so many plants that you can plant around your home that will scare away the snakes, especially plants that have some smell, because studies show that snakes do not like plants that have smell. So I always plant this plant around my home. I have not gotten its name yet, but here in our area we just call it snake plant. Hii ni mmea ya nyoka. So that is what I always do. I plant it around my house now, because they also act as flowers. So I had planted some at the edges of the fence, and also at the flowers, these yellow flowers, and then I needed to increase them around, because they will act as flowers and also as snake plants. So let me plant them, and I'll water them after planting. As I continue planting, just take note, if you're living in a farmhouse, make sure you get rid of the holes that you have in your farm. That is one thing. Never live without oil in your home, because it will also help to scare away the snakes around your house. Another thing is, make sure you get rid of food for the snakes. So food like the mice and the rats around your compound. Also, make sure you keep a cat. Those are the few things that will help you keep away snakes in your compound. And it has worked for me, and I would encourage also somebody who has a home that has vegetation, a home that has so many, that is a farmhouse. Make sure you keep in mind those things that I've said. So thank you for watching this video, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.